Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh.
Hey, Redman is in the building. You already know.
Hey guys, this is Emily Peachy.
Shout out, man, to Worldwide Collaborations, man.
I want to shout out Worldwide Collaborations LLC.
Shout out to the Worldwide Collaborations LLC.
World movement, beyond thousands of movements.
The world movement, beyond thousands of movements.
All about representing each other together. So check this out.
What's up? You want to be a part of this? You want to be a part of the Worldwide Collaboration?
You guys should all be a part of Worldwide Collaboration.
Worldwide Collaborations LLC. Check us out, man, and check what's going on, man. Word up. I have recently been choosing to be a spokesman and an ambassador, so you will see a lot more of me. Join the movement, man. It's beyond thousands of movements right now and talents put together, all about representing each other together.
I want to join, so I might see you there. All right, much success.
This is a worldwide collaboration.
All right, we're back, man. We're tapping in with the Chatterbox with King Jacob. I'm yours truly, King Jacob. I'm your host for this evening, and we have another star-studded episode with a phenomenal young man that's on his way to success, fame, and business ownership. And, we'll be chiming in about a few things, man, and, the music business as a whole, the art form of music, and why music is so important for healing the mind and healing emotions, and how does it navigate you to keep you on the right path, the energy of music, the soul ties of music. We'll be chiming on all of that. So without further ado, I have a special guest, man, CEO of COG Entertainment, Mr. What they call him, DaCream, you know what I mean? And, he is one half of the phenomenal, duo, Dub 3, you know what I mean? And so we're going to chime in with him, man. What's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, Jacob?
Ain't much, man. So, man, when people want to know, who is DaCream?
I'll be honest with you. I let people take their perception of me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever they feel like, I feel like my perception a lot of times is went down to like when it come down to how I handle business, when it come down how I move in life, you know what I'm saying, how I handle people, you know what I'm saying, deal with people, and, how I'm a loyal person, you know what I'm saying, that heart, and I got a big heart, so, a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about me, you know what I'm saying, but, so I'll just, I just leave that up to the people, you know what I'm saying, however they feel, but what I want to always give off is a good vibe and a good memory of me, you know what I'm saying, wherever I go, you know what I'm saying, whether it's a quick stint or whether, you know what I'm saying, it's a lifetime stint, you know what I'm saying, I always want to give off the best version of myself.
I can dig it. So, man, tonight's topic is how has music inspired you? And so you've been at this thing for a while, man, and tell me what kind of inspired you to do music, and what keep you in it, like you're in it.
Well, if I can be honest with you, what really got me into music and whatever it was all around me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was never no situation where I wasn't in music. You know what I'm saying? Like get in the car, the radio on, music playing. You know what I'm saying? Go to the house. You know what I'm saying? My dad and my uncle in there. You know what I'm saying? Listening to they music. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to pitch that. You know what I'm saying? Lead a house. You know what I'm saying? Steal their music. You know what I'm saying? Go to church, music, you know what I'm saying? Like every music is everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, to me, it was more so a thing of I had to establish something, and in that, because I feel like I've talked about my journey to music a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to what kept me in it, I would say honestly, it was God's will, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because if everything didn't happen the way it did, I wouldn't have got back to music. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't meet Darius, if I didn't, you know what I'm saying, go to studio with him, you know what I'm saying, when, you know, a lot of things wouldn't have happened the way it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everything happened the way it did for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, and even when it come down to my cousin, you know what I'm saying, Hollywood Swizz, uh, when it came down to his passing, you know, it let me know definitely, like, you know what I'm saying, okay, if I wasn't in it for real, for myself before, like, you know what I'm saying, I gotta be in it for real, like, you know what I'm saying, because I'm taking this serious. And, you know, I feel like I'm more talented than a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to the industry. And I got people that's around me that's more talented than the people that's in the industry. And that's not just when it comes down to music. That's when it comes down to knowing what you gotta do when it comes down to anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already got that knowledge. So it's just like all we gotta do is just kick in the door and, you know what I'm saying, do what we gotta do.
Okay. And so, you know, speaking of your dad, you know, that's my boy. You know, that's my partner. That's my brother. So, um, let's talk about how he groomed you for the music business, man, and how he set you up for success, man. Like, so what was that process like for you?
He ain't know what I wanted to do. Like, he ain't know what I wanted to do, honestly. You know, he saw me writing and he didn't take me serious at first. He ain't take me serious. If I can be honest with you, he ain't take me serious until um we don't sell drugs till WDSD. And then even when that happened, the only reason why he even like gotta like just called on was because it was like, okay, I gotta help you with this. This is like some Wu-Tang stuff. This is a Wu-Tang. This is like, you know what I'm saying? Because like 8 of us, but all of us came with something different. So, but we was a group. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though we was a collective, we looked at it like we a collective. Everybody looked at us as a group. So what ended up happening was, you know what I'm saying, we went through that whole situation. I think it was just him I think with him is just when I get in that mode and I ask him to help, he get in that mode. You know what I'm saying? So like he's gonna put me in situations, he's gonna put me in the best situation that he can when it comes down to the circumstances or whatever. You know, and I if I can, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, talk about even when it comes down to like Dove, you know, he knew exactly the answer. He knew the answer to when it came down to what we had to do. When we had to do at first, you know what I'm saying? Like when it came down to pushing the song, when it came down to, you know, even though we had a different management at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like when he became our manager, he knew exactly what he needed us to do. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I always saw him groom other artists. You know what I'm saying? Like when it came down to me, I always look at it like you my dad. So he's always built me up. You know what I'm saying? I always knew about the business. I always knew about certain stuff. I always been a fan of certain things. So it's just like me learning all of that stuff and then learning the new stuff, you know what I'm saying? Understanding what's going on now. It's just like, you know, to me, I look at it like it was already instilled in me to do certain things and move a certain way because I was already boss. I was already a boss. I was already a business suave person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when it came down to my business, what was it going to be? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like everything connects to what it's supposed to be.
Okay. So, and then what's so interesting about you, man? And I talk to your pops about this all the time. You have a big advantage over most artists. Ask me why I say that.
Why?
Not just because who your dad is, because you're musically inclined. You actually know how to play instruments. You know what I mean? And so with you knowing how to play instruments, your ear is different. You hear different. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You can really bring a song to a life in a different type of format where the average person not gonna understand. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because they don't know how to read notes. Whether it's the note sheet, whether it's the octave, a riff, a run. You know, you can tell somebody, oh no, you shouldn't sing this in the D note. You should be singing this in a C note because it's gonna coexist with your verses, and it's gonna make the hook really sound explosive and smooth. And
Yeah.
so, with you understanding, music as a whole, and you growing up playing an instrument, man, how well has that really shaped you when you're in the studio, or even when you purchasing production, or even when you listening to production?
Oh man, like you know, when it come down to it, I just feel like me playing my because I played trumpet for about 10 years. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was to me. I look at it as it helped me learn a lot, but it wasn't the instrument that helped me. It was the people that helped me learn the instrument. You know, my band director in at Forest Park in high school, Deron Phillips. He helped me a lot when it came down to understanding notes and you know what I'm saying, like understanding rhythms. That's why you hear the music now. You know what I'm saying. I pick most of the production because I understand when it come down to okay, I hear what you doing. I hear how you rap. I hear how you sing. Okay, I know exactly what to put you on. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what keys to have. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what key to put you in. I already know what type of BPM you need. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already embedded in you. And there's so many people around us that are in band, you know what I'm saying, or was in band, you know what I'm saying, that have the same talent or whatever when it come down to stuff like that. But they understand when it come down to me, like, hey, if you want some beats, you go to Cream. Like you go to Cream for beats, like because Cream will always have beats when it come down to just what you need. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you a COG artist. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're an artist that's working with COG. Like he gonna always have it. Like shoot, excuse me, most of the releases that we have out now, the most of the music we have out now, production. You know what I'm saying? I pick. You know what I'm saying? Like country 3-pack, you know what I'm saying? That whole 3-pack, I got those beats, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just the ear that I just heard, like, I know what he needs. He might not know what he needs, just like me, you know what I'm saying? I might need to go to somebody else. Like, I might need to go to somebody else because I might be so into my head on what I think I need, and it might not be what I need. It's been plenty of times I walk into the studio, Darius might be playing something. 404 Ken might be playing something, you know what I'm saying? Trey 318 might be playing something. It's like, damn, I ain't even thinking that. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm jumping on it because it's hot. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have those moments like that, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to just shoot, concurrently, like just constantly, it's me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to picking the production, you know what I'm saying? So like that's why I feel like when it comes down to my instrument, yeah, like I said, it taught me a lot when it came down to keys, when it came down to certain things, when it came down to technique. You know what I'm saying? Like when it came down to even when it come down to me rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like the rhythms, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand certain things when it comes down to putting a flow together, that's why I say even when it come down to a lot of artists now, you know, they might not be saying nothing, but they got a lot of them artists, they blow it because they have a flow where it's like, dang, okay, he had to, if he didn't do anything else, he had to master this first to get everybody's attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I look at it as, you know, that's all the instrument is. You know what I'm saying? You got to find your flow.
Right,
That's all the
right, right.
instrument. That's all the instrumentalist is. After you done figured out everything else, after you figured out your tongue, after you done figured out tonguing and notes and everything, and you done figured out your keys, you done figured out what is what, you done figured out B flat, C natural, all of that. You know.
I can dig it. And so, shout out to my man Stephen Brown, Self Conscious, for checking in with us. And shout out to the VG and the Village Global Network. Appreciate y'all always tapping in with us. And now, what's so interesting about your dialogue when you are talking about the C note, the C flat, the C low, the C high, and when you have singers in there and they, you might have three girls in there that's doing a track together, and one might be first soprano, one might be second alto, and one might be third alto and second tenor. So, so when you hear things of that nature, different octaves and different runs, how do you kind of place them on a track? Just like, you had some girls on the COG compilation, and, one was super dope, you know what I'm saying? But you can tell that the other one, she had some potential. She needed a little work, but how you placed her in on that track, it fitted perfect. And so when you are orchestrating and arranging vocals on certain tracks, man, is that time consuming, or that's a process that you just naturally have?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. When it come down to that process, so this how the process goes. I might go get the production, and because those songs, those two songs came about. So my kind, with JB, Trade 318, and THD. So basically that song came about. I don't know what I was doing that day. We was having a studio session that whole weekend. I think it was like a whole week, like actually a whole week, because we was getting stuff done. We was getting songs on songs done. Like it's coming, all of it's coming. But basically, what ended up happening was, I guess I just wasn't in the studio that night. I guess I just didn't go, and THD called me, and that's the same night he got Get Throw done. And the thing about it is, because both of those songs was for my album, my count was for my album or whatever. I was still gonna put JB on it, but it was for my album. And he played the songs, and he was just like, "Yeah, bro." And that's when I was like, I said, "So what's going on?" He said, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie, we got bored, so you know what I'm saying, we was waiting on you, so we was like, shoot, let's just check out these songs, see what's going on." They didn't like the beats at all. Like they didn't like the beats at all. But then for some reason, I don't know what it was. I guess King, it was King Country that got in. He went in the studio. He just started, you know what I'm saying, putting the flow together when it came out to Get Through. And then, you know what I'm saying, that's what happened with that. But when it came out to my con, I just got to give all that credit to THD. You know, I heard the joint. As soon as I heard it, I said, I don't even need to jump on it. He said, I can do that. I can, nah. I can take my verse out. Nope. Keep it the way it is, because whatever he did, when it came down to the record was just perfect. Like, and it just it resonated. Like, we have another record that's going. I hope this record come out, but it's another record that's just like it when it come down to the 90s beat, when it come down to just the new jack swing. Like, we got a joint like that that's on the way. Got all of us on it. It's me, King Country, Logical, THD, Trade 318. Yeah, we all on it. You know what I'm saying? So shoot, hopefully that's, you know what I'm saying, we get ready to do this next compilation. We put that on there. But when it come down to it, like, yeah. So with that record, like, you know, I got to get that one THD. Circles, same thing. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to the whole thing, production, he picked the beat. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Like, that's his thing. His THD's thing is molding the artist. My thing is finding the best way to put them in a situation where they could benefit. Okay. THD's job is, I'm gonna mold you. I'm gonna turn you into he when it come down to my sound, you know, Swizz found my sound, but Darius, THD, he straight up, you know what I'm saying, took my sound to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, took his own sound to a whole nother level. You know, Swizz found both of our sound, took his own sound to a whole nother level. Everybody's sound is on a whole nother level because of what THD has studied and what he's you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we play the partner. You know what I'm saying? We partners. Like, when it come down to it, you know, I handle the exposure. I handle the production. Okay, what's gonna be a hit? What's not gonna be a hit? THD, he go in there, he gonna be like, okay, boom, this is what you got. All right, bet. So this is what we're gonna do. He gonna work with the artist. He gonna make sure that the artists come out with the best song they could do when it come down to the situation. So that's why I say, like, you know, that's his forte right there.
Yeah, that's good chemistry, and you know, and he a dope engineer. So shout out to THD for real, for real. He a dope, he's a real dope engineer. So you know, when I first heard the song Circles, you know, I listened to that song about 7, 8 times back to back. I call your dad. I was like, man, listen, bro, this Circles, this joint is a radio hit, bro. Like real talk. No matter what you do, whenever you put it on the radio, it need to go on there. Because just like how you and Tiana was going back and forth, bro. It's just perfect, bro. It really remind me of a rap dude and a 90 R&B chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. So and did you know that she was that dope at all?
So basically what happened was we was at THD old partner house. He's a producer too, his C Squared. He's a producer, artist, drummer. You know, his pops is Claudius Craig. He work at Ty Scott Records. So basically we was at his spot or whatever. They was already working on some stuff. And then I came in there and I put a verse on whatever they had going on. And then that's when me and Darius set up. And one of his partners came through and he was like, yeah, he said, hey Darius, he was like, I'm about to go get my cousin or whatever. Hey, she sing or whatever, you know, I just want to, you know, see if you can just, you know, network with her. He like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. A couple hours go by, they came back or whatever. She come in or whatever, he was like, yeah, bro, she sing. And she was trying to act all shy and stuff. He was like, nah, let me hear something. So she started singing, and it was just like on some opera shit. And I was just like, whoa. Like, it was different. Like, it wasn't a, okay. If we having a conversation, we're going to have a conversation. So, it's a different voice.
Mm. Yeah.
So what I mean by that is it's a voice where you could put it in R&B, pop, soul, gospel, alternative, rock, country soul, like anything. Like you can put it in any genre. Like it's that type of voice. So it's like when it come down to it, the reason why I emphasize on that is because it's a lot of voices that come up now. Just like, you know, somebody said they can sing, you hear them sing, it's like, okay, they can hold a note, but is it, you know what I'm saying? Is it really you that's selling? Is it really your voice? How about that? Is it your voice? It can't be. And if it is your voice, that means it's a demographic of people that just, I don't know, like the song, like the flow, you know what I'm saying? But when it come down to actual voices, that's a difference. Like, I was looking at something the other day. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm gonna get back to the story. I apologize, but I just wanted to expand on this. I was listening to Mary J album, Share My World. And I was like, first of all, it's a dope album, probably her best album. You know, I thought it was My Life for years, but you know, that might be My Life. But when it come down to it, yeah, so basically I saw her catalog and I was like, she did about 16, 17 albums. And another person I compared it to was R. Kelly. He did about 13, 14 albums. Probably would have done about 20 by now. You know what I'm saying? Everything didn't go down the way it did.
Right.
But basically what I'm saying is those are voices. Whitney Houston, even though she only did about maybe 8 albums, those are voices that you can hear in every genre. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce just dropped her album Friday. Me and my homegirl, my partner, we listened to it, and it was amazing. It was amazing because she's pushing the boundary of saying, "Hey, look, we created all of this. We don't have to stay in one lane. We don't have to just be rappers. We don't have to just be R&B singers crying out to our husbands and our boyfriends that's cheating on us, or our girlfriends that ain't doing right, or she trying to be a hoe. Like, we ain't got to just do that. We can go into country. We can go into soul. We can go into blues again. We can bring all this stuff back. We can bring disco back. You know, like, and she's trying to show us that she did that with Renaissance. Let's bring disco back. Nobody caught on. The only person that caught on was Drake, and Drake didn't even do it right. Drake did dance. He didn't even do disco, and she was doing disco. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. I look at it like she's somebody that can push a boundary.
Yeah.
She can push a boundary when it comes down to the industry. When it comes down to black singers, like she can push a big boundary. You know, we got a song, we got a record. I gotta see if what THD gonna do with what we gonna do, if he gonna press the green light on it or not. But she got a record that's amazing. Like, it's like a country record, but it's amazing. Like, you know, so, and she's from Texas, so she's from Houston, Texas. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that plays a role, you know, but when it come down to it, yeah, so we did the record. Well, we did one record. It was her and THD. Yeah, it was her and THD or whatever. They did a record. And that was the same night that we did a record with Daylani, the Brat or whatever. Daylani the Brat, she came through or whatever, hung out with us. And we did 2 records with her because then that's when how me and Daylani met basically was we was at a party or whatever. And I don't know if I seen her online on Instagram or something, or like on campus or something. I don't know. But I walked up to her and I said, "Hey," I said, "I heard you rap." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Spit something." Or whatever. She was like, she started laughing. She said, "Everybody wanted to spit something," or whatever. She started freestyling or whatever. I was like, you know what I'm saying? We chopped it up. And then, you know, I got her information, you know what I'm saying? We locked in. Then that next week, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, ironically, same situation, you know what I'm saying? They came in the studio together. You know, she came in a little bit after Tiana or whatever. We chopped it up. I think it was her and 404 Ken that came through. And shout to 404 Ken, but her and 404 Ken came through. And basically, yeah, we did the records, you know what I'm saying? Like, Darius really pushed. I feel like that's when Darius showed, like, he was pushing the boundary of both of them. Like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I know what y'all can do. Now, show me something. You know what I'm saying? Show me something. Like, you know. So we did a record, you know what I'm saying, where, you know what I'm saying, I think we did a promo or whatever, and she posted, and she said, "It's going to be probably the only time y'all hear me sing LOL or whatever." But it was just basically like, you know, he pushed something out of her like, "Hey, okay, you can rap, you can spit, but I got a situation here that I need you to do something." You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And she passed the test. She passed the test. So it just like, when it come down to it, you know, both of them artists, you know, Daylani the Brat and Tiana McFarlane, you know, they both artists that I feel like they stay consistent. They do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? They could definitely win when it come down to the female landscape in the industry, in the music industry.
Okay. And you know, shout out to my man Billy Mack from Pennsylvania and my man Nico Grande, man. I did, you know, Aiken, South Carolina, man. Shout out to him as well, man. You know, Billy Mack is a country artist from Pennsylvania. Nico Grande is a Southern soul artist and a professional drummer out of Aiken, South Carolina. So, you know, shout out to them for tapping in with us. Now, you in this music business, but you in this film business too. So you write movies, you write web series, TV series, and all the above. So, man, how long have you been writing? as far as script writing and things of that nature?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It probably was like I was probably 9. I was probably 9 or 10. And it was funny because basically what happened was how I started writing. It was me and my friend. His name was Justin McGee. And basically, he thought, you know what I'm saying, he thought he was gonna be a comedian, you know what I'm saying? He thought he was funny or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, I could write. So we, you know what I'm saying, like the show that was on at the time. And of course I know by this time I'm pretty sure it went off for years, but it was syndicated. So the show that was syndicated at the time that we watched was Seinfeld. So of course we looked at ourselves as, you know, I'm Jerry and he's Jason Alexander. So we just like, okay, boom, let's write a show like this. So I masked a whole show. Like I wrote it down in like on paper. Like I wrote it down in a notebook. I mashed down a whole season of what Seinfeld was doing, but made it black, and still called it and still used like how he did the tunnel, the award, so I just did the crack house, the plug down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like I was writing episodes like that, but I was making comedy out of situations that was going on around us or whatever.
At what age you was?
I was about 9 or 10. It was 5th grade. Yeah.
Wow.
It was 5th grade.
Yeah.
Fourth grade, 5th grade. So yeah, 9 or 10.
You've been in your craft for a while, just in the entertainment craft for a long time.
Because my thing is, as a kid, when I watched movies, I always acted out what they did after I saw it. So like one movie I always loved, Friday After Next. I always love Friday Night After Next. That movie it's just near and dear to my heart. And I got it for Christmas. I don't know why I got it for Christmas, but I got it for Christmas when I was like 6 or something or whatever. And my auntie got it for me or whatever. And she knew I liked the movie, but you know what I'm saying? As a kid, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be getting Friday After Next for Christmas. But you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So the thing about it is she gave me that movie. They go and play the movie. They tell us to go in the back. Hey, y'all go in the back. Y'all go and watch Nickelodeon Christmas or something. We about to watch Adult Christmas. What? That's my movie. Like, but anyway, the you got knocked the F out. You know what I'm saying? Like those scenes, like stuff like that, when it come down to just how Craig acted. Like I like Craig. I like Sean Wayans and White Chicks, or even the Wayans brothers, or the Straight Guy. How about that? I always knew, okay, I'm funny. I know I'm funny, but I may not be as funny as somebody that could be standing right beside me, and their job is to be funny. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, okay, boom. So me and my brother, we always played situations like that. We always did shows or whatever. We had toys, so we always set up little shows or whatever, little movies or whatever. And then it ended up being the point, reality TV started blowing up on TV. So I started thinking, this is before I started writing. I'm going back on you. So this is when we were just in the toy stage, where we was making up movies with the toys and stuff. And when reality TV blew up, for real, that's when we started making the toys famous. So we would set up other toys to like do like paparazzi stuff. Like, hey, you got a camera, we got a little toy camera and stuff. Hey, you act like you taking pictures of this, and we got little like baby dolls and stuff, like, you know, male baby dolls, girl baby dolls. I got a sister or whatever, so she's in on it too. So like we got them walking through. Hey, Mr. Jones, hey, let me get an autograph. Like, so we got them like talking and stuff. We doing little voices and stuff. It's just 3 of us, but we doing 10 different voices. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just putting it all together, putting it all in perspective or whatever. And it was just like we had them have like a whole scandal and stuff. We was like, oh, they was messing around. We was watching stuff on TMZ. So it was like, oh snap. So we can make them have scandals and stuff. So now they trying to make a comeback album and stuff. We understood all of that stuff at a young age. It wasn't just me. It was all my siblings. Like, we understood all that stuff and we made fun of it like it was satire, but we used toys.
Right.
Then, you know what I'm saying? So, but I was the one that took it to a whole, I think I just had to take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? I know once I get done, I tell my brother, let's go. He with me. Anything I want to do. If I want to do a parody movie, he with it. If I want to go on tour, he my drummer. If I want to go and make an album, he gonna do the production. If I want to go and do a sketch show, he gonna be on the sketch show and he gonna be a star on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when it come down to it, or even with my sister, she gonna come and do production assistance. She gonna be doing costume design and show. She might jump on the show. She might jump in the movie. You know what I'm saying? She might jump in the studio and do some records. So it's just like, you know, with us, we already knew exactly what we was gonna do.
Right.
It's like what you say, what you doing. It's like what they say, what you doing now, it defines where you be 10 years from now. Now, I kind of thought it was stupid because I was like, okay, how does that make sense if you're a kid? If I'm a baby, in 10 years, I'm not going to be no damn baby. But then I'm just like, okay, at 8, I was setting up movies and TV shows with my siblings. At 9, I was starting to write scripts for myself. Now I'm at a situation where, shoot, as soon as I get a pilot done, all I gotta do is shoot a pilot. At this point, shoot a pilot, send it off. All I gotta do is, now at that point, I got a bidding war on the table. Who won it? Who won the show?
Oh,
you feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's just like it's all starting. It's just like I said, I was talking to somebody earlier. I said I'm trying to do everything different. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna do something that you've never seen before, but I'm gonna do something that the world's never seen before when it comes down to the scope of things. Like,
right.
You've never seen anybody. The only artist that I feel like that, when it comes down to hip hop, that did music and did TV shows at the same time as them doing movies, doing movies and TV shows at the same time they're doing music. The only person that I feel like everybody took serious in both lanes consistently was Tupac.
So you don't think they took X seriously?
DMX, Ja Rule, Tupac. Them three, the Tupac and his kids, basically. And I know that sound, that's no disrespect at all, but it's true, Tupac and his kids. So, and 50, I'll give you 50 too, for people that just, I'll give you 50. I'll give you 9, even though he didn't do that many movies.
Yeah, but 50 just different when it comes to them TV shows and them movies. He's just different, bro.
Yeah. 50 doing his thing. Yeah, but when it come down to it, like, when I say that, what I'm saying, like, because Ice Cube, he had, you know what I'm saying? I can't really tell you, honestly, because I know his album sold records. He had about maybe 6, 7 platinum albums or whatever. Nah, there's probably too many. I think he had like 5 platinum albums or whatever. So when it come down to it, but I don't think his music, the content of his music was how it was when it first came about. I think when it come out of the first 3 albums, classic.
Mm-hmm.
After the Predator, Lethal Injection. After Lethal Injection, and when he started doing movies and stuff, the music changed. So now you're selling based off of, you might sell off the West Coast. The West Coast will always love you. But you're selling based off of your new fans, the movie niggas, the movie fans, the TV fans. You're not selling records because you still the dude. Like, no, you selling records because, it's Ice Cube. It's a new album. I just saw the new doggone I just saw Players Club. Let me go and get War and Peace Volume 1. Then Volume 2 dropped same time during the same time that you got Next Friday coming about. It's all the strategy. It's all marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You only dropped Volume 2 that early and at that time because you had something else going on, another venture, which was going to bring you the audience that you need to sell this record because you already selling this movie. Especially, you got to think about movies. Movies sell in a different rate. So what I'm saying is, instead of me being a 16-year-old boy who went to Circuit City and bought War and Peace Volume 2, right? And just, you know what I'm saying, just bought a copy or whatever. It sold about 175,000 first week. Boom. Versus putting out a movie that box office gets 20 million in 3 days. And it's not just one person in the house buying the ticket to get inside of the movie theater. Everybody in the house is getting the ticket. So everybody in the house has to sit and either decipher if they want to enjoy this movie or not. But at the same time, you're still looking at stars. So you're still looking at, oh, dang, it's Ice Cube. So now when he drop an album, even if you've never heard an Ice Cube album before, you're going to buy this album because you love Next Friday. That's all it is. You might not even buy. You might not even open the album. You might open the album and turn that You Can Do It because you heard it on Next Friday. You're like, oh, I want to hear the full song. You know what I'm saying? You might turn on Hello with him and Dr. Dre, maybe. But a lot of people that's not fans for real, like this is what I mean when it comes down to the extra people. The ones that just come in and just like, oh snap, he hot, let me buy it. They just listen to the singles. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just bought the album just so they can have it, so they can give it to somebody else. But yeah, when it comes down to him, but I'll give you Common. But I feel like a lot of people now, they're not really checking for Common when it comes down to movies. I mean, not movies, when it comes down to music. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Common is done. So I feel like Common did it in a way.
He got a cult following, you know. He got a different type of fan base. I don't really think that Common is so impressed of the young generation by his music or not, because he's been in the industry almost 30 years now, so he got a cult following. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or even like, I'll just give you one more and we can just move on. Cause I know we on time, but I'll give you Mos Def. Mos Def is the perfect example of this. Somebody who couldn't bridge the gap. He couldn't bridge the gap when it came down to the music and the movies. People loved Mos Def. Like people to this, so it's folks my age that listen to alternative hip hop that love Mos Def. They know Mos Def is that dude. They know he's in their top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like when it come down to certain stuff, like, so what I'm saying is, Mos Def, he maybe dropped like maybe 4 albums. 2 of those albums went gold. The thing about it is, the music was against itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, we get it. I understand. You want to be this revolutionary, or you are just revolutionary for Black culture and all that. Give that to us. I think Kanye did the best with College Dropout. College Dropout was the perfect example of how to do an album if you are a conscious rapper.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Mos Def, Black on Both Sides, good album. But when it come down to after that, okay, we know you're a good rapper. Use that at your advantage. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's make hits. Let's go. Nah, I don't want to play in today's games. Nah, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I just want to just be different. How different do you want to be from everybody else before the audience just say, all right, Mos Def, we just going to watch the movies? And that's what happened to him. Like, people want to say, oh, it was the industry probably has something to do with it. I'm not gonna say the industry didn't, but everybody wants to just point it all to the industry. It can't just be all the industry if people from his generation was able to make it out and make hits and make albums that were great albums.
You right.
You have a whole coast of artists that was with you. It's not just you. You had Talib, you had Common, you had Erykah Badu, you had D'Angelo, you had Fonte, you had all these artists. All these artists, they expanded, and because they understood, okay, if I'm gonna be deep, I'm gonna leave that for the album. I'm gonna leave that for people that really want to hear it. But when it comes down to for me to make this bag for real, for me to make this bag off the album, for the album to become a critically acclaimed album, and for me to win that Grammy, I gotta put out a song that's going to resonate with everybody. That's all it is. That's all a hit is. A hit is all a hit is a song that resonates with everybody.
Perfect example, Killer Mike. Perfect.
Killer Mike, he did it.
He did it, man. At 48 years old. At 48 years old, 3 Grammys. And he talked about what people don't want to talk about. He talked about religion, political issues, and community development.
But you see that, Ben, I talked about it. I talked about it years ago with my partner, where I was like, where we when the album came out, and we was laughing because I was like, look at Killer Mike. I was like, man, this man got Doug on here. He got Future on here, Kendrick, Andre 3000, all these folks. So, but I understood what he was doing. He was challenging the fans. He was challenging the fans. Are y'all gonna come over on this side? I got your favorite rappers over here. What we doing? Oh man, I don't know. Oh, Killer Mike. Who Killer Mike? I don't know who Killer Mike is. Oh man, I don't. But he baiting you now because every song got a feature on it. But every feature fits. But it's like, damn, do I want to go and listen to people that want to be different or want to be on some weird stuff? Oh, do I want to listen to Killer Mike album? Everybody listen to that album.
Yeah, man. And man, I tell people all the time, man. You know, I told some young boys, I was like, man, don't hate on him, bro. I was like, go check out the album. Check his movie.
Mike is legendary. Killer Mike is legendary.
Yeah, he legendary.
Killer Mike is legendary.
Yeah, he is, man. And he been legendary for a while. So, and like, you know, people was like, I was like, they was like, I didn't know who he was. I was like, well, the reason why you didn't know, because you're not a hip hop head. You know what I mean? People who really understand hip hop.
This man is for everybody that don't know who Killer Mike is. I'm just going to sum it down to you. He was nominated for a Grammy. No, he won a Grammy. Nominated, one of them. He was Grammy nominated in 2001 for The Whole World with Outkast and Killer Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that Killer Mike is attached to is Bone Crusher, Never Scared. Platinum hit, #1 single, 2003. Everybody in the world heard Never Scared. So if you heard Never Scared, you heard Killer Mike rap. And you know Killer Mike and T.I. was on there battling for who had the best verse.
Right.
That's it. That if you don't know that, then you just not connected to nothing. Like you somewhere else. You was one of them folks that was trying to act like they was better than everybody else listening to slow jazz and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that, but shit, like you know what I'm saying? You thought you was different for everybody else. You didn't want to listen to hip hop. You didn't want to listen to R&B. You didn't want to listen to all that. You want to listen to gospel with no words on it. I just want to listen to God. Look, what this is music.
You're funny, man. You are you so comical. You definitely need to start playing scripts. You so comical. You said, oh man, you funny, man. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back, man. COG Entertainment, you know, we in the building, man. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned for important messages.
I'm tired of lying, and it's getting plain to see. I done tried hard to my woman ain't gotta worry. No, no. See, I can't be playing with her heart or playing with her mind. We ain't getting no younger, can't play with my time. And I know she miss me and can't wait to kiss me. So I might be invited tonight.
You ain't gotta look for me.
I might be invited tonight. Yeah.
All right, man, we're back. That was my man Too Smooth out of Mississippi. Said he might be in by 10 tonight. You ain't got to worry. That's what I'm talking about. You know, respect the treater right, man. Because, you know, good ones don't come around always. But we are back with the chatterbox, man. So we got about 10 minutes left, man. So that man said, Big Three. I'm talking about Big Me. Well. Kendrick Lamar, Jermaine Cole, and Aubrey Graham. So, and you know, it's been a case to me when people speak on Drake's name. I understand, man, and he's the new LL Cool J of hip hop. You remember when LL was out? Anything he touched, you already know it was gonna go platinum. You know what I mean? That's who Drake is now. Except for Drake can sing, he can harmonize. So there's never been more. Nobody has more Billboard awards than you have. Nobody has more. You know, ASCAP BMI awards, and you know, nobody has more iHeartRadio Artist of the Year awards, and the list goes on about his awards, man. So I can understand why they feel that way, but if you think you're gonna knock Drake off, you're sadly mistaken. That won't happen. That won't happen. And if Kendrick think he can go bar for bar with Jermaine Cole, I don't think that'll happen. I like Kendrick. I'm gonna tell you why I like Kendrick. I like Kendrick art form, but as far as how music registers with me in my brain, J. Cole make me sit up in my seat, bro. J. Cole make me say, man, what he say? Man, let me play that back. J. Cole make me listen to a song four times back to back because I know I didn't catch everything he said.
Well, I got a question for you then. Who you taking? You taking Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas all day, every day.
Then that makes sense. Then why that makes sense of why J. Cole move you a little bit more. See, a lot of things about it. See, the thing about it is, this is the reason why. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's that THD playing in the back, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When it come down to the whole hip hop industry, it's a pattern of things. See, LL came out a couple years after he came out. He got into a battle war with Ice-T. Help me out. You know what I'm talking about. Who's the next one? You know what I'm talking about. He had to say Kumo D. And then years later, he had to battle New Cat Cannabis. Now here's the thing about how LL did it. LL knew this thing about it. LL understood at the time that the big three in hip hop was him, Kumo D, and Ice-T. This is before Too Short. This is before E40. This is before NWA. This is before all that. Those were the big three. Those were the guys that was making noise when it came down to hip hop, and that was moving the streets. He took down the big three when he had his chance to take them down. Jay-Z. Not even Jay-Z. We'll go to Biggie. Even though the whole war was bloody, the whole Pac situation. But even when it comes down to people that was in his city, Nas, Ghostface, Raekwon, Ja Rule damage you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can get it. If I'm the king, I said what I said.
Right.
So fast forward, Jay-Z, Nas. Shoot, even when he went at Joe Budden, even when he went at Cameron, and on the same label, it's all about attacking the opponent that said that they want beef. The thing about what Drake messed up with when it come down to this whole situation, this is going to sum the whole situation up. He never fed the beast. You're supposed to feed that beast. You're supposed to scratch that itch. You know you got something that you want to say to this man. Put it on wax. Let's go. The problem is now they're looking at it like that. Drake should be beefing with. Drake should be battling against a Benny the Butcher. Drake should be battling against Rock Marciano. He should be battling against somebody that's new, somebody that's like coming up.
Yeah, like Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher, like you said. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right.
He battling against Kendrick because he never responded to Kendrick when Kendrick said, "Hey, nigga, I want to smoke."
Kendrick said that back in 2013, bro.
10 years ago.
2013.
He said he wanted to smoke 10 years ago. You trying to be cool with this man? Nah, we good. Nah, you know, Kanye helped the game, but he messed the game up at the same time. He helped the game because he brought a new sound in the game, and he brought the guys that, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't usually make it in hip-hop, and that era they made it. But he also made hip-hop too friendly. He made it too friendly where the competition left. Kanye is one person like that. He'll say all the shit in the world about you, but then when it's time to beef, I don't want no smoke. I know you got them shooters. I don't want no smoke. Kanye, you just said that my baby mama a bitch on this last track. So, but when I respond to you, you want to get the Jewish people on my ass? No, dog. We can't do it like that.
Well,
we can't do it like that. And that's the problem.
You know, I think when
Kendrick at this point is saying, I'm talking to you. For 10 years straight, this man has, every time he's came out, Family Ties, Baby King, smoking on your top 5 tonight. I am the Omega. This man told you, Kendrick told you, I'm coming for you. It's coming. It's coming. I just need you to say something. Kendrick, my brother.
But you know what I like about this beef though? What I like about this is it's only a friendly competition. It ain't gonna go left. It's just like if you say you the best, let me see, are you better than me lyrically? Let me see if you can withstand this pressure.
That's the problem with this big three. All of them are scared to lose their position. Why you think Cole said, fuck it, I'm gonna just say it. Why you think Cole said we here? Why you think Cole said I'm number 3? I'm number 3. That's him bowing down. That's him saying if I have to be number 3, that's what it's gonna be.
Well, you know, Cole ain't really never been a confrontational type cat. You know, Drake
that's
ain't
what messed
either.
Nas up. And that's what messed Nas up. Because Nas didn't want to get into that paint until it got ugly. Until Jay-Z said, nah, I'm dragging you in this paint. Because, no, you're not about to sit out here and say you the greatest and you the prophet, but you ain't never stepped in this paint and got dirty with nobody.
But,
Cole ain't never got dirty with nobody. Cole ain't never got dirty with nobody.
Right.
You can't be the greatest if you ain't never got dirty.
And what I'm going to say is I expected Drake to respond because you definitely responded to Pusha T.
He had to. Casualties of war. You got to. But when it comes down to this situation, he can respond. Or he can brush it under the rug. But when it comes down to Cole, Cole has to respond. He has never gotten to the ring with nobody. He has to respond. For him to be the greatest. If he responds, he's the greatest. I don't care if the response is trash. He's the greatest to me if he responds. Because he's stepping in the ring. But if he doesn't step in the ring, he's number 3. And Drake is number 1.
I mean, okay, but I can
That's what
tell
it
you
is.
this. When you were speaking on Nas and Jay, I heard some people from New York. I heard Premier say this. DJ Premier. He said, you know, Nas the easy going fella. I know him for almost 30 years, man, and he don't do that. He said, but Jay just kept poking it back. He said when we heard, he said I was with Irv Gotti in the studio when we first heard that Ether. Irv walked out of the studio. He said Irv walked out of the studio. He said cause he said the Ether that we got. Oh, they make Nas change so many things in that Ether, man. He said, but that original Ether, he said that original Ether might have ended Jay-Z career, man. For real. Cause it was hitting way below the belt.
But you gotta look at it like this. Hove came back. Hove came back the same way that Drake came back when it came down to Meek or whatever. Even though Meek wasn't trying to diss for real, he dropped the hit. Drake dropped Hotline Bling. Hove, he was like, okay, boom, this going on. All right, bet. Drop this hit. What come out? Excuse me, miss.
Yeah. But you
let's
know,
see,
like I
everything
said,
that happened before, and let's get back to the bag. Let's talk about what's really real. Now let's talk about some hits. Now I got the hit. Excuse me, miss, come out. What you got? All right, I got I Can. Okay, I Can is cool for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Okay, All My Life. Okay, that's cool. But I got the hits. I got the one that's gonna play everywhere. You got the one they're gonna play at graduations and shit, and class with the songs they gotta learn for the year. Like,
but do you know that I Can got way more music licensing than Excuse Me, Miss? Did you know that?
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Like you say, from middle school to high school to college, university, you know, like
when it comes down to the songs, like that's why I said, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm over here cracking, but you know what I'm saying, like when it come down to I Can, just like I said, that's why I sung the Dirk song All My Life, because it was just that type of song where it's like I gotta get back in, like this nigga got a track, I gotta get me a track. But what am I gonna do that's gonna be totally different than what he's thinking? He's not thinking about doing a track like this.
One thing about Dirk though, that was a really smart move because the heat was on Dirk before he made that track with J. Cole, bro. The heat was on him. I'm talking about them folks was coming, bro. Them folks was coming.
Yeah, it was. It was bad.
You know, and so once he made that track, man, it kind of like, once you make that track, you see him open up a trucking company. You see him invest into some restaurants. You see him just doing a lot of business moves after J. Cole and got into his membrane. You know what I mean? That was a real good thing that cause J. Cole a businessman, right? And so
yeah,
you know, when you talking to somebody that's business savvy like that, and somebody like, let me show you how you gonna keep this money rolling when the music is gone. You know what I mean? And that's all it was. That was a smart move, man. Real smart move, man. But we definitely are out of time, man. So what you got next, man? And tell everybody where they can find you at, man. And we're going to get out of here, man.
Man, oh, man. Flavors featuring Logical is out now on all platforms. I still go by IceCream on all platforms. You know, I'm going to get that fixed soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep everybody tuned in for that. You know, but flavors, April 12th, invitation only is finally here, y'all. It's finally here, the Dove album. The Dove second album, highly anticipated second album, invitation only, is coming April 12th with the single Leave Me Alone as the lead single coming out off the album. Is, you know, this album I feel like is touching different boundaries, you know what I'm saying? It's setting new tones for Dove, you know what I'm saying? Not even just Dove, but it's setting new tones for CLG, for the industry. You know, we coming through, kicking through the doors, you know, it's gonna be crazy. April 14th, I will be 15th, I apologize. April 14th through the 15th, I will be at For You Recording Studios in Atlanta as a special guest for the Pretty Girls Love Us concert. Courtesy and sponsored by We Are Timeless Shout out to the gift guide. Shout out to Tate. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Logical for putting me on with the situation. But I'll be in the building for you recording studios, Atlanta, Georgia, at 8 p.m. For you recording studios, Atlanta, Georgia, 8 p.m. I'll be in the building. I'll be performing flavors and some records off the new Dove album.
Dope.
Y'all can find me everywhere at cream_Dove. Everywhere at cream_Dove.
You heard it first, cream_Dove. So, man, this is the Chatter Box. We are now broadcasting in 191 countries. And this is powered by the Village Global Network and FM Radio with online additional monitoring by online radio box. So tap in with us, man, and we coming, man. 191 countries and counting. And peace and blessings. Thank you for tuning in. Peace. We out.